We have one woman down, guys. One. I have these overgrown nails. For anyone who doesn't know, we're in lockdown. That's why. Promise, I'm not just scruff. Hello and welcome back to another one of our videos. If you're new here, then my name is Maya and I am the social media content creator here at Viddyoze. I say here, but I realize I'm in my house, but that's kind of like where everyone works right now. So let's just pretend this is HQ. So social media, it might be one of those words that you get excited about, maybe you have mixed feelings about it, or it fills you with dread, the thought of having to think about what you have to post all the time. It can be a tricky one, but it's also really, really valuable to businesses and really important. It can help you reach thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, a billion, I mean, there's a billion users. It can help increase brand loyalty by creating an engaged community. And of course, it can lead to sales. So love it or hate it, it's one of these things that is here to stay and opens up a market of consumers to you that ordinarily you may never have been able to speak to. But I understand how daunting it can be. So in my next few vlogs, I want to look into each platform and give a beginner's guide to each. So literally we are gonna go back to basics and you're gonna get the beginner's guide. I cannot take my hand seriously with this missing nail. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to use this other one. I'm gonna help you get your head around social media, from how to use the actual app to what kind of content is best. And at the end, I will include my favorite hacks for the app. So you want to make sure you are watching this whole video. These are still going to be vlogs, so don't worry, you will still get an insight to my really riveting, exciting life. This week, I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite apps, and that is Instagram. Instagram boasts over 1 billion, billion users, and with one of the most diverse demographics, it's not a space you want to be missing out on. We're going to go through it all. Let's do it. Here you can see our lovely Instagram, and I'm going to be talking you through each section. So you have to, of course, create an account and set it up. You create a username when setting up the account, and it's best to have your brand name without anything extra in it if possible. So ours is just Viddyoze. Then you have your bio, which is actually a really important space to utilize. The name at the top, whatever you make that, is what is searchable. So when people are searching for candles, if you can put that in there somewhere, it's really beneficial. Then of course you can give a little explanation to what it is your company does, what it is you do, what it is you offer, and there's also a section to put a link in. So we actually use a service that allows us to have multiple links because we have things like our YouTube, we have things like our website, we have our podcast, so this way people who click on it don't just go to one place. So that's a great function to use. There are free ones like link in bio and loads of others. If you scroll down, you can see these circles here. There are highlights, which is another thing that I will go into. This is your page essentially. This is where all your posts go. Then if we tap the little home bar on the bottom left, we are taken to our feed. If you scroll through this feed here, this is anyone that you follow. And the more you engage with that particular page, the more likely they are to be higher on your rankings. This is important for when you're thinking about your own post. This is why engagement is so important. If you are getting comments and likes from different people, then you are more likely to appear on the top of their feed, which is what you want. You want to be there on the top so that they're seeing you. Using Nindy's post as an example, we will look at the different things. So I've just given him a like. So that's what that little heart is there. That is a like. I'll unlike it to show you again. There's a like. Teasing him. The one next to that is a comment. So if you tap on that, then you're able to leave a comment. It's really important to engage with other pages, either consumers or other brands, just so that you are there. You're in this space, but not spammy things. You don't want to be saying, hey, we have a sale on someone's picture of their face. make it real, make it authentic. Instagram prioritizes authentic, real accounts. So you want to be commenting things like, that's so funny, blah, blah, blah. Don't try and push something via the comments. You really want to just be making sure you're actually having real engagement, and then people are more inclined to click on your post anyway. Next, the little like paper airplane thing is to send. So this is a way that you can share a post to people. So you can either share it on your story, which is the top option, which is a great way to share things that you are interested in, to share your own posts onto your story, or to share news stories or something that you just want people to see, or you can share it via direct message to specific people. Then the one right on the right is a little save tab. If you tap on that, it will save to your saved images. This is actually a great way to help engagement. So the more saves you have on your post, it tells Instagram that, oh, people are engaging with this, people are saving it, this content must be valuable, we will help push them, if that makes sense. So then on the top of the page, we have 3 little icons on the right of the little Instagram name. So the little plus section, this is new to 2021. Now the new function allows you to do different types of posts from here. So as you can see on the bottom, you have post, and then you can scroll it along and you have story. Oh my God, you can see my face. That is not flattering. Then you have reels, and then you have live. So we'll stick to a post for now. If you're posting a video, then the maximum is a minute. Anything over a minute has to go onto IGTV if you do want it to, and you have to do that separately. So when it's under post, this is what's going onto your feed. As you can see, it's automatically put it into a square, but this video is actually landscape. So if I want to have the landscape format, then I just press this little thing here on the side, the 2 arrows, and I can alternate from that and that. These little icons here, so the one that's got multiple squares, that's if you want to do I was about to call it a casserole, a carousel, where you have multiple posts which people can slide to kind of see them. So say I'm picking this video and then I want to post it, you then press next. Then you are taken to the section where you can add a filter. They've also got some kind of like editing function, so you can trim your video, and then you can pick a cover. So cover is really important, and it's commonly forgotten. I've done it before where I've just gone through the motions of posting and I've forgotten to do cover, and then you end up with a video that is on your feed, and the snapshot of the thumbnail of it is you like, because you're mid talking and I haven't picked the right one. So make sure you're doing a cover when it's a video for sure. Next, we are taken to the main page before posting, where you can write your captions, tips, keep it short, keep it sweet, use some hashtags, they're important. Don't go crazy with the hashtags. Everything's a balance. You can tag people. You can add your location, which is another great way to be seen. I would definitely recommend adding your location. You can also link it to your Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr, if you're still on that. Tumblr baby, I used to be a proper Tumblr obsessed head. And then tick away and share, and your post is ready. So stories was one of those ones where everyone was like, it's not gonna take over Snapchat. It took over Snapchat, but it's a great way to share little personal things of your day. Like even if you have a company, it's like behind the scenes. You can also use it to share your posts. So you go through the same way of posting, and then you click on stories. I keep scaring myself by seeing my own face. You can find filters by sliding across, and then also on the side you have the different types of stories. If you want to record and you're not on hands-free, you have to hold down the record button. So once you have your story, then you just literally tap your story, or you can send to a specific person, or you can send to a close friend. You can also add a link if you have over 10,000 followers, I think it is still. I don't think they've changed that. So you have to have a specific amount of followers where you can link to an IGTV or a web link. You just add in the link and Bob's your uncle. Then you can add like stickers, you can add things like location, you can mention people, hashtags, GIFs, music, you can put polls, questions, loads of fun stuff. Polls and questions are a great way to build up a engaged community. And then if you just kind of tap it, you can start typing, and you can pick a different font by sliding across. And yeah, the rest is pretty self-explanatory when it comes to stories, but I'm not posting that on the work. story. So if we go across this sort of like bottom section, you have your search function. Then in the middle is where you have reels. So this is a new thing to be added to Instagram, and it is very, very suspiciously like TikTok. Let's be honest, it's like TikTok, but people are getting loads of views because it's still relatively new. It's less saturated, so you have a chance to really, really get some good views and get some good engagement. So I definitely jump on reels. Then next across is the shop function. So this is really important if you are creating a business profile that sells something, that has a product. So if I go onto ASOS, when you go onto their posts, where is one? You can see the little bag on top. And if you tap on it, it shows you what it is and you can click on it and it'll take you to the website. And then the last one is back to your profile. There are loads of other nitty-gritty things, which is definitely a more intermediate section. So if you do enjoy this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up so we know, and I can make another one where we get into the nitty-gritty of insights, understanding them, why they're important, who even is she. So there's actually been some exciting developments in my life recently. I have just bought my dream first car. Except there's one problem. I can't actually drive. I booked lessons, but obviously I haven't been able to have them. So we decided that if we're gonna be in lockdown this whole time, I might as well buy a car, and then Jack, husband, can teach me how to drive. So to celebrate, we're going to KFC because they have a vegan burger that I really want to try. This is the kind of things you can do in lockdown. It's like, this is the excitement.
Can I have 2 vegan burgers?
2 vegan burgers on the road. We've got the goods.
Think.
The mic. You've clipped it to my hair.
Yeah.
You have. It's clipped to my hair. And today's weather report is a little bit cloudy and freezing. Back to you, Maya. Morning. So it's absolutely freezing. Oh my god. Basically, I'm on my morning walk. I'm doing this instead of a workout today. And we normally come and watch sunrise, but it decided to be cloudy today. So I'll insert a clip of yesterday's sunrise, which was beautiful. Anyway, while I'm here freezing my tits off, I'll talk about the next section, and that is what is the best kind of content for Instagram. I think we all know that video is king when it comes to content, not only because more people are enjoying video, but also because it actually helps you with the algorithm. So if someone is on your post for longer, that tells Instagram that people are engaging with you, and then more people are likely to see you. And when it's a video, someone is going to be engaging with your post for longer than they would a photo. Video is also a great way to get a lot of information in without having to write a long caption. But if you don't want to star in your own videos, I understand, I'm feeling the same right now, then you can use animations to create little stories without having to star in them. You can do voiceovers, or you can use on-screen text, and of course videos. We are a platform where you can create your own animations in just a few clicks, so definitely check us out, you know, great place to go. Shameless plug. The back from a cold walk essentials, a hot water bottle and a green tea. Okay, so we've covered the basics, now let's talk hacks. My first hack is to plan your feed pre-posting. I would try and avoid just posting here and there whimsically, like, right, I've got a picture of my product here. We know we want to be posting quite frequently on social media, every day, if not every other day, if you're trying to grow. So pre-planning and making sure you have a week, a month's post in advance is obviously going to take away that stress from you, but also it means you can view your feed before posting and see it looks all right. So there's loads of apps you can do this for free, and you can see how it's going to look. So if you see in that row, I've got too many of these type of photos, it's gonna look better if I do one like this, one like this, and one like this. That way you can help shape the aesthetic of your feed very nicely. Next is to use the archive setting instead of the delete setting. So rather than deleting photos that you think, right, okay, this isn't something I like anymore, you can archive them. This way they won't appear on your feed, so no one will see them, but they are still there that you can bring them back if you do just change your mind. Because when you remove something, that then changes the whole aesthetic of your whole feed. So you want to see what that looks like first before you delete something permanently. And lastly is to use the highlights section. Stories that you post are then archived onto the archive of your Instagram, and you can create highlights from your archived stories. Because stories are only live for 24 hours, this is a great way to make that content and that information stay on your feed. So the highlight stays on your main page and people can view them, and you can categorize your sections accordingly. So you can have a section that's like products, you can have reviews, and then things that you share on your story are there for people to find. Frequently asked questions is a great one. So if you've posted stories that have your frequently asked questions, you can then create a highlight, and whenever people want to find them, they can just find them on your feed. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe so we can see you here again, and leave a comment to let us know what you think, what you want to see, all the good stuff. I will see you in the next video. Bye.